There is nothing I dread more than having to change wet pajamas and wet sheets in the middle of the night. And if you agree with that statement, you need to watch this video. So hi, I'm Jensine Casey. I am your sleep PFF, and I take my years of experience as a pediatric sleep consultant and my degrees in early childhood and bring them together to bring you the best sleep information possible, because there's so much sleep science out there, but we also need to pair it with real life strategies that are actually going to work for you and your family. So today we're talking all about natural nature booster pads and why they are going to save you. So the first thing that I want to talk about is diaper changes, and I'm going to talk about this later on for another video that you can watch after this one. But overnight diaper changes have a huge question mark around them. Like, do I change my baby's diaper overnight? When do I stop changing their diaper overnight? How do I know if I even need to change their diaper overnight without directly interacting with them? So there is a lot of confusion about what to do with diaper changes in the middle of the night. So I just want to clear that up. And the first thing we're going to talk about is try not to change your child's diaper overnight if you do not have to. As children start to sleep through the night, typically that means a wean down in night feeds. So the less that they're taking in overnight, that means the less that they will be putting out overnight, and their diapers won't be getting as full. So that's actually a good thing, because we want it to be full, but not so full that it's overflowing and making their pajamas wet, their sleep sacks wet, and then their sheets wet, and they're waking up cold and uncomfortable. So if you do not have that problem, if your child is not waking up from discomfort or they are not pooping during the night, do not change your child's diaper overnight. Do not feel the need to have to do that. The second thing is, if one of those two things does occur, they are waking up because they are so wet, they are uncomfortable, or they did poop overnight, do not turn the overhead lights on. That is going to do two things to each of you. That's going to make it so hard for you to get back to sleep. So for them, that is going to immediately tell their body it's time to wake up. As it's getting to be night and the lights dim, our melatonin levels begin to rise. As soon as we start to see any light peeking in, which is also why I'm a huge fan of blackout shades, that signals to your child's body, it's light, it's bright, it's time to wake up. So when you turn on that overhead light overnight, they are immediately going to feel, just biologically, it's going to be a rush of, oh, it's time to be awake, it's time to be alert. And that's not what we want in the middle of the night. So as little light as possible that you can get away with while changing a diaper overnight is going to be what you're going to want to go for. So that's also going to help you as you're trying to get back to sleep, because it doesn't happen at such a large amount for an adult, but it definitely is going to be harder for you to get back to sleep with that flood of light coming in. So the only reason that you're going to change a diaper overnight is if your child is soaked through or has pooped. Otherwise, you're going to leave that diaper alone. So if you are in that worry of, do I change my child's diaper overnight? I have been changing their diaper and I have been I haven't fully turned on the lights. Give me a like or a comment to this video and just let me know what's been going on. Definitely at least a like to say yep, that's me. I've totally been guilty of this. Just so you can see that you're not alone. There are a lot of parents that unknowingly are waking their child up and keeping them awake by accident because of these diaper changes. But the next thing I'm going to tell you is going to completely eliminate your need to worry about having to change your child's diaper overnight. So if you have never heard of the naturally nature booster pads, now you have, and they are going to save your sleep and from having to do extra laundry. So these pads, I'm just going to put a picture right here. These pads are something that you put into your child's diaper. It has an adhesive layer on the bottom, and you just stick it to the inside of your child's diaper before you put it on them. And it has a 50% increase in absorbency to the actual diaper that they're already wearing. So it's going to almost double the absorbency that that diaper can hold before it needs to be changed. And that is huge overnight, because it's going to soak up any of that additional liquid that previously was soaking through the diaper, soaking through the pajamas and onto the sheets. It's gonna hold all of that in so you're not having to change any diapers overnight. It's especially hard when this happens in the early morning hours because it's really hard to get back to sleep when that sleep pressure is off. So if your child has ever woken up overnight soaked, or they're waking up because their diaper is just so wet that they are uncomfortable, you need to grab a box. I think it comes in like a package. You need to grab a package of these naturally nature booster pads so that you can have them in your back pocket. So if it does happen one night, the next night you just pop it in. And if you find that your child is sleeping through because of that extra layer of absorbency, do not take the chance. Just continue to use those pads overnight until you really feel like they're no longer eating overnight and they definitely don't need it, or that their intake is so low, you can see once you take off the diaper that it's really not needed anymore. So this way you can just ensure that you're not gonna take the risk if your child does still need it. You wanna see that consistently happening for a couple of days before you make the decision to remove the pad. So if you have any more questions about overnight wakings and diaper changes, I have another video for you. I'm gonna put it in the description of this video. It's all about overnight wakings and talking more about diaper changes and more strategies to know to keep your child sleeping through the night. So I'll see you in the next video.